So over the years, I've been a big proponent of keeping your backlog as small as possible and your office, your desks, as clean as you can make them. In a video I did in February 2020, I said this: sell your miniatures. So how come I 1.5 years later have a backlog with over 2,200 miniatures and a studio filled to the brim with hundreds of things, stuff, miniature parts, tools, unsorted and in the wrong place? So let's throw out thousands of Warhammer items, let's paint some minis, sell some miniatures, and prepare the studio to show you guys how this new studio that we now had for half a year actually looks. This video is sponsored by Squarespace, the platform that I use to make my own website and to sell stuff online. This year has been a crazy experience, taking me well over 300,000 subscribers. I never thought that would happen. There was nowhere in the world I thought that would ever happen in my life. On top of that, there's millions of people every month watching me have fun with plastic toys. I recorded a bit over 60 videos in a year, and on top of that, the final icing on the cake, my family and this whole studio recording setup thing have moved this year. And there's so many things that have been going on behind the scenes that you guys don't ever get to see. The countless of hours of moving, of setting up, building IKEA furniture, yeah, those furniture, painting walls, fixing water leaks, and just things that just drain hours. So while all this have been going on, we've been able to accomplish so much, recorded so many videos. We still haven't been able to really prepare the studio the way that we want to have it and sell off the miniatures that I'm never going to use anymore. Which is one of the reasons that the backlog had grown to that massive number. Because I've been continually purchasing stuff that I want. I've been continually getting stuff sent from the awesome Squid Squad, the patrons that send me stuff that they want me to have, and from sponsors who want me to try out their stuff. So this is the week where we won't make any other video. We're just going to prep everything, give you a studio tour, and show you exactly how our studio is gonna look. And we're gonna take that miniature number down from 2,104 unpainted minis to hopefully a lot lower. And actually, this is one of those things that I've been like really excited about since I went on vacation, to just prep and make the studio the way that we want to have it and just get, you know, a lot of stress off my mind. Because having less stress is definitely gonna help me make better videos. And honestly, to me, the most stressful thing is not to have a lot of things to do. It is to have a lot of things that you want to do, but you don't have time for. And there's about 100 things like that in this office. Just to start off, we have a bunch of boxes in this office that's been lying there for over a month that I haven't even been able to open. Let's start with that. So 3 of the big packages we haven't been able to open is review copies of 3D printers sent to us to review on the channel. The printer is built, I gotta set it up and do a test print to see if it works. And if it doesn't work, I'm gonna throw it out the window because I don't have time to look for errors and find solutions for stuff, so... Okay, on to printer number 2. This is the Phrozen Mega 8K. I'm really excited to 3D print some huge stuff on this resin printer. And on to the last printer, the Anycubic Viper. I purchased the i3 Mega, which is the original version of this, like 3 years ago, and I've been loving it, but it's due for an update, so I'm really excited they sent me this new one. 1,400,000, 1 million. Hey, it's Emil? Oh, hi Squarespace. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I can tell them how much I enjoy making my website on Squarespace. Yeah, it's a great way for creatives to start making a living from their hobby or their creativity. Yeah, selling services or products. Yeah, I know, man. Sure, easy. Yeah, squarespace.com/Squidmar. And if they want to try it out, you know, it's free. And then they can use code Squidmar for 10% off. Yeah, easy. No problem, man. By the way, like, you don't have to call me every week because I've been using the service for 3 years. I've told you before, yeah, I know. No problem, man. Cheers. Bye. You know what? I actually like Squarespace. It's a great tool to make your website, so go check it out in the link down below. Okay, the printer was too big for this shelf, so I'm gonna have to clean up this. Cleaning time. Honestly, it was really nice to be forced to clean up the storage room, because it was just jam-packed with stuff we haven't been able to clean out. But sometimes when you start cleaning and prepping, extra stuff shows up. This looks good, right? There's like a big plastic card against the wall. So the moist was trapped behind the wall that came out on the floor. It's supposed to like have this natural flow of air. So hopefully that was just it. There's nothing more growing there. I'm just gonna clean it up, do one of these like fungi killing things, and it should be enough. On top of that, I'm going through like all of the old bit boxes. So Lucas was put on clearing out a lot of the bits, and Victor was set on sending out some packages that we've just delayed on sending out because we haven't had the time. And I started going through all of the boxes with miniatures we wanted to sell. So while we're doing this, I'm going to show you some of the minis we already managed to get rid of. 1 Danko Trogoth, 15 Catacans, 25 Imperial Guards, 29 Greenskins, 10 Goblin Spider Riders, 2 Goblin Raiders, 10 Dryads, bringing the total so far to 92 miniatures. This was just the beginning, we have way more to sell. But first I gotta sort through my Warhammer Underworlds cards. I've been pushing this to the side for about 1.5 to 2 years since I started playing this more actively and buying up more cards. There were about 150 cards that needed to be thrown out, and I also needed to sort out all of the cards that aren't valid anymore and put them in a different binder to the ones that are actually active today. Boy, that felt good. And then we have to clear out different bits, cause here's the thing, I don't like collecting bits, and for some reason I still do. So anything that I don't think I'm gonna need in the nearest year, I'm gonna throw it out or give away depending on what stuff it is. And any old boxes that don't have any miniatures in them, let's get rid of that too. I'm not a box collector, I like to play with miniatures, I like to paint them. So with that done, there's probably 15 empty boxes, there's probably a few thousand bits, and as I mentioned, 150 cards-ish. It's just in the bin. I really enjoy this. I really enjoy this. Okay, the storage room is almost cleaned out now, but there's still way too many miniatures in these boxes in the storage room that we need to sell, give away, or do something with, because I know I'm never gonna have time to get to them, or I've actually lost interest in them. So let's do that speed round. Dragon Empire, that's 92 miniatures. Space Crusade, 160. Wolfenstein the board game, 89. Beragon D&D minis, 5 miniatures. 7 busts and 75mm figures. 10 Marty Reavers. 6 battlesuit Tau models. 10 intercessors. 20 skeletons. 13 Tau Fire Warriors. 5 Malifaux models, metal and flesh. 20 more spiders. 18 Glade Guard plus 4 dryads. 26 Island of Blood elves. 48 Rogue Traders Space Marines, and 41 Space Orc minis. And then we had a box of 3D printed miniatures that I'm never gonna use, so we found a role-playing group and we sent it to them. That was around 60 miniatures. Unfortunately, I can't deduct those from the counter because those weren't counted. Okay, it's time for Hero Quest, probably my biggest love from the 80s retro fantasy line. So this is a big one. Feels kind of bad setting away. It's 61 different Hero Quest minis, but it's stuff that I've got doubles from, so I'm never gonna paint the doubles, so I might just as well sell it. Okay, this is the last big lot I'm gonna go through for this week. We still have the Tomb Kings and the Wood Elves to go through, but I'm gonna go through the Space Orcs because I know I have some doubles, triples of, so I need to get that down because I don't need that many. Let's do it. Just skimming through the boxes, I found 44 Rogue Trader Space Orcs that I had triples, quadruples of that I'm never gonna use. So I found a buyer who was willing to buy the whole lot, and it's been sent away. And it's not just minis to sell, we have a bunch of stuff that we need to get rid of that's just taking up space that we're never gonna use, and stuff that we painted as well that we can give away to the patrons, those who give back to this channel that make sure that it runs. This bad boy, the life-size Space Marine helmet, I haven't touched it since I made the video about it, so this one's gonna go. We don't need more stuff that we don't use because we're already filling up.
I've been gathering all the old painted Squidmar miniatures from projects over the years. We're gonna send them to some Patreon moderators so they can do some Patreon giveaway. Here's some old stuff that we decided to reprime so that they can have new paint and become featured in new videos in the future.
And about a billion other things that took a lot longer than we thought they would. We had a few final things to prep. We needed to build up 4 different drawers from IKEA. The big one would be for the working bench in the 3D print room. Then setting up the toolboard in the 3D print room. The other 3 drawers were meant for our new painting desk, because we wanted a long one that we could use for a workshop or for more cool painting stuff. It also gives us room to have an airbrush ventilator on the desk. some sound dampening curtains in the office, and a bunch of paintings that we haven't had time to set up yet. These ones from Galapalo are amazing. So in here, something I've been really excited about. This is actually a poster that's been custom made to me by one of Games Workshop's painters, Phil Moss. Oh my god. Look at that. So this has been a long 2 weeks, and seriously, how awesome isn't it that we've gone from 2,104 minis, we sold away 796 miniatures, bringing us down to 1,308 minis. But that means we're on track, and I was super excited about that. And now, before we do the grand reveal, if there's any of the tools or like stuff that we have in the studio that you want to check out, I have most of it listed on my website squidmar.com, and affiliate links to Amazon and things like that. So if you ever want to pick something up on Amazon and help the channel out a bit, it's a win-win where both get what we want. So that's a good one. I guess with that, let me show you how it looks, because I'm really excited about it, even if it's not 100% done. Let's go. So welcome to Casa Squidmar. Where the big carpet is where we're gonna have a gaming table in the future. And behind that is where we're gonna have the shelves with all the terrain. And on the right we have a working bench and a shelf with all of the spray cans that we don't use indoors. This is our 3D printing room and storage room, where we store all of the stuff that we don't use on a daily basis, as well as all of the 3D printers. I'm really happy how it's looking now that we have the new workbench up there. That's really gonna help, and that's gonna help us keep the storage room a lot cleaner. Our office is probably the least finished room in the studio, but I'm still liking where it's going. We need to get some frames up with some cool paintings, get some sorting done in the shelves. And when that is done, it's probably gonna look a lot more finished. So this is the room that you guys seen the most, and it's the one that I'm most happy about. It's really getting close to where we want it to be now. I'm super happy about the rails in the roof, so we don't have to have any of the lamps on the floor and cables running everywhere. We have an amazing electric backdrop holder for whenever we need to shoot thumbnails or shoot stuff with a green screen. Just a few more paintings and maybe some cool ambient lights will be enough to make this perfect. And I don't even know how to thank all the guys and girls over at Patreon who pledge a few dollars to make sure that my salary is paid when we run this channel. And a special thanks to the top patrons. Like, seriously, that's... I don't even know how to say how much that helps. Also, a massive thanks to Squarespace for seriously like twice a month having ads on this channel. If you're interested in just trying it out, it's free, squarespace.com/Squidmar, and then you can use the code Squidmar for 10% off when you're ever ready to launch a website, if you ever are. But I highly recommend you to try it out. Maybe you find out some new ideas to start making a living from your hobby or interest. So do that. And I guess with that, have a great day. Bye bye.